Alright guys, so I'm back with a tiny cast, this time a 3-player free-for-all between Efamana, Demonoid and Shizu 89. So all our players cramming out those initial temples. The Norse player I think definitely has the advantage in terms of being able to cram out several temples, particularly when the two Egyptian players are the ones going toe to toe. I think slightly closer in the spawns here. So this first temple, it's going to fall quite quickly here for... She's all not quite actually. He's going to be able to repair it. The repair. Going to be able to top it up, but if any more is added here, it's a funny little fight. The town center assists with that. Shizu's priest is going down extremely quickly, but Thor, this is going to be really devastating for the others because he'll be able to leapfrog straight into heroic age Efamana. So he hasn't even got classical in queue, and he's already got his armory finished off in age 3. So that's only something Thor gets. The other civs, they've got to wait till they're in classical to start an armory, and then that obviously gives them a bit of lead time on queuing up that heroic age. So slightly slow on the classical age, but it's not a problem. The Norse initial opening is quite scary for the other civs. Even though they can't build barracks this early, they're still able to train Hersiers, who can still build, still take fights. Obviously they don't have a wicked bonus against cavalry like Ulfsarks do, but no one's going to have cavalry this early anyway. Even a Greek player trying to beeline towards Hippocon production is still going to be really only just hitting the age up, well, hitting the full age up right now and throwing down the stables. And all that Dwarven Gold Mine, cutting a bit of space out there for Demonoid. It's a bit annoying having it there because, I mean, really he could look at putting a couple of MiGs there later on in the game. And the two Egypt players are going toe to toe here, but I think this is really giving Efamana the room to play the game he wants at the moment. So Shizu, it's going to be tough for him to fit an armory in anyway, because go north, Efamana snipes it on the bottom side here. He hasn't really got any space. He's got to delete a temple or all these houses to fit his armory in, while Demonoid able to sneakily fit his armory in right near Efamana for the minute. But I think Efamana, the armory is going to finish, so as long as Demonoid gets that in queue, which he has, Sekhmet on the way, the armory's sort of fulfilled its purpose. He may choose to leave it alive and keep repairing it just to take upgrades, which is not a bad idea for anybody. I mean, Efamana, I don't think he's really... Oh no, he is getting some upgrades here. Pitch, copper mail. So does burning pitch actually benefit? It only benefits your archer unit, so is he... You can't even get bogs in this, can you? So what archer units? Ballista? Is Efamana really getting a ballista upgrade to start with? Because, I mean, Bogsvergir, or however you pronounce it, I think they were added for Extended Edition, so I don't think Titans Norse has them. That temple going to go down. So Sphinxes are actually a great siege unit, I believe. So now Efamana has attracted the attention of both the Egyptian players, and using his healing spring, it's actually gone straight to Demonoid, who's basically lapping all the healing up, because on Tiny it's going to cover the majority of your base. So he really needs to try and win back control of his own healing spring at the moment, because right now Demonoid's the one with more units camped under it. Not so good for Efamana, and Shizu, I think, has managed to stabilize. He's sort of stuck in classical while the other two are in heroic age now. But in saying that, while this is going on, the other two are going to want to take a fight. Efamana's lost a lot of his initial military with his early pushing, trying to delay Shizu's age up and just put a bit of pressure on Demonoid. Now Demonoid, I think, is sort of the one coming out on top because he's already finished his market. He's going to be able to go towards Mythic Age. And there's sort of not enough Ulfsarks out here for Efamana to really build the way he was initially building. But he does have units getting stacked up in his production facility. He's going to be able to get some medium, well, the medium upgrade for all his infantry. And now it's the two Egyptian players once again taking center stage and wearing one another down with this mass priest production, but bearing in mind there's only single priest production here for Demonoid, double priest production for Shizu. He's got his armory in, and I think he might want to choose to get some upgrades rather than deleting it straight away. Gonna age up towards Hathor, but he's also gonna need to try and fit mid-goal stronghold or a siege works in here somewhere, because without them Egypt doesn't really have a huge amount of push potential, I don't think. Particularly into an Egypt that does, or into a Norse player for instance, or a Greeks player, or even Atlantean, but Atlanteans sort of really need to have a fortress themselves. I believe their own fighting comp isn't the greatest, unless they've got lucky enough to have Cairo Ballista just slamming into infantry units with the front line to help them. That siege tower's not even going to get a hit off, I don't think, there. And Patsukos, a double production of these and priests might actually be quite handy here, because they'll be able to snipe all the infantry quite easily, and any other myth units. While priest's going to be great against other myth units, going to be able to heal everyone up as well. It's really quite hard to micro the healing in a small map like this, and forget ever being able to heal your rock, because you know, you can't really even just like right click on your rock to heal it, because that will garrison your units. So you'll have to pull it somewhere where the rock isn't going to be hit by anything, and where the priest isn't going to want to either attack or heal anything else. But this is really devastating by Demonoid, wrapping that tornado around in front of Shizu's base. He's going to kill most of his production there, and is it going to get the town center? No, it is just going to fizzle out, but the town center dangerously low, while Demonoid's own town center is a citadel upgraded. So he sent the power for that as well, and he's still even got Eclipse up his sleeve, while Shizu, well actually Demonoid's the one that's used Rain, because he gets that, and then Shizu also has it. Are they both Ra? They are both Ra. Ooh, and that's really rough for Shizu at the moment, because now he's left with a single villager to try and work his way back into the game. And now Demonoid and Efamana are going to have to go toe to toe here. Maybe Efamana might be best off focusing down Demonoid, but I mean, if he does get this villager, he takes Shizu out of the game for good. And he's going to focus down that siege work. So what does Demonoid produce from here? So he's got GG, well played. Demonoid has to tap out, and so does Shizu, so Efamana is left the standing champion, guys. GG, well played.